The hospital stay for George Anthony will not end today. This afternoon, the Anthony family says George will stay in the hospital until later this week. Police took George to Halifax Medical Center in Daytona Beach on Friday after a suicide attempt. Channel 9's Mark Boyle is live at Halifax Medical Center in Daytona Beach. And Mark, George is said to be doing better this afternoon.
He is doing better, but not good enough to leave the Halifax Medical Center today. He is expected to leave later this week, but he may not be going home. George Anthony is still being treated at the Halifax Medical Center in Daytona Beach. He could have been released early this morning because the 72-hour required stay under Florida's Baker Act expired several hours ago. He's here after he was found in a motel room with pill bottles and admitted he wanted to end his own life. Hospital spokeswoman Selena Wang spoke briefly with reporters this morning.
Mr. Anthony is still in stable condition, and his discharge date has not yet been determined. So there really isn't any new updates right now.
George Anthony's attorney, Brad Conway, told me on the phone George will likely be released later this week. Conway plans on visiting Anthony in the hospital tomorrow. We've learned when George leaves the hospital in Daytona Beach, physicians may suggest he move to another facility where he can get additional treatment, possibly closer to home in Orange County. Conway says George is doing better this week. We saw Cindy Anthony leave her Hope Spring drive home this morning, but she sped off without saying a word. And you just saw Cindy Anthony leaving in her 4Runner there. It's unclear to us if she came to the hospital here to visit her husband. I can also tell you the hospital will not be making any additional updates or statements later today. We are live in Daytona Beach at the Halifax Medical Center. Mark Boyle, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
The Anthony's attorney, Brad Conway, says he thinks George needs more time to heal. Conway appeared on national television this morning. He says in order to heal, the Anthony's lives need to return to normal, and that can't begin to happen until the family buries Kaylee. Conway says George and Cindy have been criticized for delaying the burial, but the delay is not their choice.
They've allowed the state and the defense to do what they need to do in preparation for Casey Anthony's trial, and that's delayed the burial of their granddaughter. And it's time now that we get on with that.
Conway would not go into exactly what happened in the motel room where George was found last week, but he did say if police did not find George when they did, he thinks the outcome would have been different.